And so we're back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Techtember again. It just felt like 2021 actually just started, but we're already in the same place again, just like last year. And Techtember is filled with a lot of things, also Techtober. But the thing is that Techtember and Techtober are both filled with a lot of big, exciting events. Sometimes even boring, but who cares about them? We're all about the exciting and the surprising stuff over here. So let's see what we can expect on this, shall we? So I'm not going to be covering a lot over here because everybody knows the usual staple, but let's start off with the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE. So this was a phone that I really liked last year, mostly because of the fact that it really did get the fundamentals. It had a lot of quirks for a $700 phone, which include it had a telephoto camera, as well as the fact that it had both wireless charging as well as IP68 water and dust resistance. But it wasn't the perfect phone either. I mean, you can get way better phones for the price, but it was a very solid bang for the buck, and it sold very well last year. So Samsung is actually following up with the S21 FE this year, which leaves me in a question, mostly because of the fact that last year's S20, which launched at $699 by the way, was a smashing success because of the fact that it was $300 cheaper than the base S20. Which kind of questions me if the rumors are true, where a lot of people are saying it's around $629 or $699. Again, it's not gonna be that big of a deal, mostly because of the fact that it's only $100 cheaper than the base S21, and that phone is a really solid deal, which I will be making a video about, so make sure you're subscribed. But coming back to the point here is that if this year's S21 FE is the same as last year's S20 FE, best case scenario, I would actually neglect it like everybody else. Worst case scenario, it's a big flop. So that's my mixed feelings for this S21 FE, because I don't think you actually need an FE this year unless it's around $200-300 cheaper than that one, and it nails the fundamentals just like the first S20 FE. And then nailing it down, we're gonna be going full on Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro. Now, I've made a whole other video about it, you can go and watch that over here, but the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro are ambitious enough, except the fact that they have to deliver on what they're ambitious enough for. Okay, so the fact that they've created a little bit of more hype, because Pixel or the Google lineup doesn't even do this at all, mostly because of the fact that people tend to buy Google phones because they're easy to use, and they're just plain soft Google, with an excellent camera, a meh battery life, and really excellent software. But this year Google is actually bringing it on with the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro, talking about their new Tensor chip. What we're here for is all of the fact that the pricing should actually be really good for these phones to actually take off, mostly because of the fact that Google has nailed a lot of things in the past years, except for the fact that one is that the weird features, the other one is the pricing. So the Pixel 4 actually started off around $899, which definitely wasn't a good price considering that it had that Soli going thingy, and also the fact that it lacked a fingerprint scanner and it had not that great battery life. But the thing is that if Google nails the pricing over here, I think it could look good. But we have to just check out for other details, because Google hasn't revealed much other than just the normal display specs and their Tensor chip or whatever. They haven't released specs for the cameras, but we'll see about that. So let's break it down. Apple events. Apple events always tend to happen around this Techtember and Techtober time. Last year it was October, mostly because of the coronavirus pandemic. Now that has actually reduced, we can expect them to actually release the new one in September. So people are actually expecting the same iPhone 13, 13 mini, and 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max. And they are expecting some kind of an improvement, especially on the rear cameras for the 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max. Meanwhile, Apple tries to differentiate themselves by actually making the camera module on the lower ends just diagonal. Like it's like 2 dots over here. This one is like diagonal. So that's the whole point over here. And nothing much. People had rumors of like USB-C. Clearly that's not happening any day. Apple is actually gonna be removing the ports, which is kind of true. So what all did we cover? We covered Apple, Google, Samsung. What's next? OnePlus. So OnePlus is actually rumored to release a new OnePlus 9T. Nah. OnePlus is actually rumored to leave out the T series for this year, mostly because of the fact that it's boring, and the T series, I don't know, for some reason OnePlus just wanted like to dive into the OnePlus 10 for some reasons, and there are OnePlus 10 rumors right now as well as leaks. Of course, it's a OnePlus phone, what do you expect? But the thing is that there's no more T series, just like the Notes. Dang, this year's a lot of deaths. So RIP T series, we'll see about if you're actually gonna be missed. So that's it, right? Not really. So the side chicks on the other hand are the fact that maybe expect a Pixel Fold, just maybe. And also like Oppo is also tuned in to actually launch a foldable phone. And there's always like the usual crap around like Realme 9 series and like obviously all of that. And oh yeah, one more phone. I forgot about the Vivo X70, which will actually be one of the phones from these Chinese brands that will actually surprise me, mostly because of the fact that with the X series, Vivo has been pushing a lot of boundaries, especially in like mobile photography as well as videography. So I'm gonna be tuned in to see what kind of different gimbal modes, stabilization, or like videographer features they're actually gonna be bringing in this time around. So thank you guys for watching this video. These are the smartphones, or like these are the events that I'm really excited for, especially during these times. And these are the things that you'll actually be covered. Until then, it's your story shares clan.